This week's portion, Toldos, opens up with the prayers of our father Isaac and our mother Rebecca, and how they prayed and prayed for years for children, and finally they were answered after many years. We see this common thread in portion after portion, that is the involvement of our ancestors, our fathers and our mothers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and our mothers. We see their involvement in prayer. Last week in the Torah Energizer, we spoke about Yitzchak's mincha prayer, going out into the field, lasuach basodeh, to speak in the field. And we spoke about how prayer is the ideal prayer, is to feel that the presence of Hashem right in front of me. I am speaking as if we're sitting at a table and speaking to one another. Hashem is there, and that propels us into the power of prayer. The Talmud says, actually, in Pirkei Avos, Ethics of the Fathers, it teaches us, Umagid l'odom ma'asicho, after we pass on and we're brought before the heavenly tribunal for our judgment, for assessment of our lives and our positioning in the glorious world to come that is waiting for us. The Ethics of the Father says, Magid odom ma'asicho, a person will be recalled every conversation that he had during his lifetime. And that, our sages teach us how important it is to speak properly to one another. And every conversation is going to be repeated to us. The Nitziv, or the Nefesh HaChayim, Rabbi Chaim of Aloshin, explains that the word sicha is not only conversation, as we said in last week's Energizer, but it's prayer, conversation with God. And what is going to happen after checkout time is that we will be brought back in front of us our prayers, the power of our prayers. What it means is that we will be shown what our prayers accomplished and what our prayers could have accomplished had we prayed with more sincerity, with more intensity, with more focus. The Talmud tells us that our great pious people of early years would spend 1 hour prior to prayer preparing, just getting ready for it, focusing. The Magen Avraham, great commentary of the Shulchan Aruch, the Code of Jewish Laws, says, okay, you're not going to do an hour. You're not going to do an hour. You can't do an hour. But at least the time that it takes to walk 8 cubits. What is 8 cubits? 8 cubits is 12 feet or 16 feet. If we were able to, before beginning our prayer, just stop for just those few seconds that it takes to walk that short distance, then the Magen Avraham commentary tells us our entire prayer would be different, would be elevated. May Hashem help us, if our desire is to communicate with Him and to elevate ourselves through prayer and to connect through prayer and to have our prayers answered, then let us remember that every prayer is powerful, every prayer is meaningful, and just taking a few minutes just before, a few seconds even, just before prayer will make a world of a difference for ourselves, for our families, and for all who we are praying for. Have a magnificent Shabbos.